Mic is muted, that's probably why. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, okay, there we go. Should be good now. Okay, I guess just let me know. Okay, good. Okay, so let's get into it here. So we're looking at ACHV here, which is a beast of a stock today. As you know, we saw it. We were talking about it. Obviously the entry level was 277, which was what I wanted. Unfortunately, I was looking at KNDI and VYGR, and then I got a little scared afterwards. I was worried that it was gonna pop up like to just past VWAP and pull back after this this level here, the support or the resistance levels. As we can see, it didn't, and I should have played these two pullbacks right here. Whoa, not what I wanted to do. These two pullbacks, or three pullbacks actually, right here, and right here. I mean, the stock really had all the potential in the world. Aside from the beginning, I mean, base, right as soon as we saw the day start up, we saw good news on it. I don't really know how much you check into this in the mornings, but this is pretty important stuff. Is the catalyst that we need for a stock to really move, basically, and this is why this stock had such potential. Now, that doesn't always mean it's going to move. Nothing in stocks is 100%, and that's just the way it is. But a catalyst generally means that it has a better chance of getting there. So, on top of the volume, price action, news, catalyst, it's crazy. But all of it comes together, and as we saw, it had a great pop. The news, yeah, they achieved a clinical study research on nicotine and tobacco, no negative side effects, stocks moving, yeah, heavy volume after updated results for a new drug they got. You know, just great news, honestly, all before the market opened even, you know, it last one was at 919 as a favorable bet. I mean, that's not necessarily just saying it's a favorable stock doesn't mean it's good news. Good news is right here in the beginning at 5:30 and 7:15 where it says, hey, you know, we achieved a great new drug trial and it's working. There's no side effects. That's good news. That's a catalyst right there, which is why I was interested in it, and obviously why I think it was the top mover pre-market even. I know it's at 84% right now, but it's up 84%, but I know it, like at the high rate here, it was up I think 127, 128%. Pretty incredible. However, the main thing that I was looking for out of the gate here is 277. There's a nice level on it. So, and as we can see, it literally hit it, and it held this like the whole way across. Just crazy awesome how well that did. And just for some, see that red line? Look at that, all the way across. Touches that top right there. Touches that top right there. Just massive support there. And it literally, look at that, it barely hits it, and that's when it starts to move. It's a little bit zoomed out there, but you can see a little bit better here. You know, we see this level hits, all the way over into the pre-market hits. Just great stuff, honestly. That's like exactly what you want to see. And I know the volume in this first candles were pretty crazy. Yeah, 600,000, 700,000, 600,000. You know, crazy volume going up. As we can see throughout the day, if you're watching the volume over here, which might be a little small, but I don't know, you can see that the volume stays extremely steady. I mean, it's literally above 300,000 almost every single candle, all the way through. Some of them are even reaching over 1 million and some odd per, and this is a 1 minute chart, so 1 minute, 1 million in volume. That's incredible. As we can see today, 68 million in volume, 45,000% its average. That's pretty incredible for a stock. It's, you know, penny stocks do have the ability to move like that, which is awesome, and that's why they have the momentum that they do. You know, you're not going to see a large cap stock move 50% or 100% in one day. Yeah, you're not even getting close to it, which is why these stocks are so, yeah, right, insane. Which is why these stocks are so enticing to a lot of people. But it is risky, you know. I wanted to buy at 277, or maybe it's 278. I thought it was 277. Yeah, 277. I guess, I don't know. Hard to tell specifically, but yeah, 277. That's the price I was looking for. And I came back to it right here when it was at 280, 282, 283, something like that. And I saw that pop and hit there, and then the red candle came down after it hit the VWAP, and I wasn't sure if it was going to break through because the volume seemed to dry up on this red candle a lot compared to the previous candles, where you're talking, you know, 700,000, 600,000 out of 200. It didn't necessarily scare me too much, but I wasn't sure if that meant the volume was really going to fall off, basically. And as we can see, it didn't. I was going to enter at 277, which pisses me off because this is one of those things where maybe a little bit of tangent, but when you're talking in the Atlas chat and people are throwing out, you know, random tickers. This is a conversation I had last night with some of the guys on Atlas. Gosh, I don't know, 9, 10, something like that, about people. It's hard to trust people in the Atlas chat. Not that they're unintelligent, but you get a lot of people in there that don't overly know what to look for or why they're looking at a stock. They'll just be like, oh, hey, this stock's moving, or this stock's moving, and you know, sometimes you can get a little crazy on it, and you can be like, okay, let me check this stock out, this stock out, this stock out, because you want to see ones that are moving, even though you've got the scanners running, even though you've got, you know, your pre-market analysis done. That's something that I'm working on, at least, is basically sticking to my own specific stocks as well as the momentum scanners that Static provides in the chat, which I don't know if you're using them yet, but hopefully you are. And maybe we can go over that sometime too a little bit more. I know we did a little bit in the past. I don't remember how much exactly, but we did. That was honestly my own mistake, and not playing it on these pullbacks was another mistake, because you can see, I mean, look at the volume. There's plenty of volume to hold this stock up right now. It's got good news. It's got a reason to go. Why I didn't play it after I missed my initial entry is, you know, my own failure. It is what it is, but there was basically no reason on this entire thing to sell. Like, there was all this. Yeah, exactly. The float's insanely low. You know, this is a perfect stock for how, at least I trade. My own strategy. This is a perfect stock for it. It's got above average volume. Yeah, exactly. 150K average, 1.2 million. That's 100%. Or no, that's what? Almost 1,000% right there. Yeah, catalyst. Yeah. It's got the catalyst, low flow, high volume, above average volume. You know, frustrating, right? But I think ZSAN was the same way yesterday. I wasn't feeling the best, so I didn't trade in the morning yesterday, so I missed that one. But apparently it did something very similar to this. I'm not sure if it had everything going. It was probably more than 1.2 million, but I remember seeing that, and that's why I was interested. Yeah. It was on the pre-market scanners for, you know, low flow volume, gapper, you know, percent. I feel like it was up. Let's see here. What is it? 2.9, up from. Yeah, so up about 33% in the morning, which is phenomenal. Maybe not phenomenal, but it's you know, it's more than enough to make somebody excited about a stock, you know, which is kind of funny because we see this right here. We see this come up, and that's at 7:30, and the news was at 7:15, so we see the pop basically right after the news came out. You know, 7:15, we get that pop right there from the news, boom, up to there. And then it starts to trail off, which I'm not really sure why it did that, to be honest, because it is good news, and I kind of expected go higher from there, but kind of consolidated, had a drop there at, what time is that? It's 8:30, and something came out right around then. 8:30. Rocket had 70% pace, all pre-market gainers in active trade. I'm not sure why it did that. It doesn't really have a reason. I guess it's just maybe people selling from their profits at the after that initial news pop. People got scared. I'm not sure. But for me, I don't play pre-market, so yeah, 1.2 million volume pre-market, 6 million float. You know, you're talking. What is that? I don't know, 15, 16, 17% of the float, you know, before the market even opens. No, watching PM is definitely important. I just don't play PM personally. Watching it is important so you can see, you know, what's happening. If it's already hit highs constantly. I only play if I'm feeling comfortable. Oh yeah, definitely. You don't want to play anything you're not feeling comfortable. If you're having hesitations, don't play it, because the chances are you're going to play it wrong anyways. That's a mistake that I've made in the past, and I know other probably every trader has. You're like, oh, I'm iffy on the stock, but it sounds good. And then you literally play it, and guess what happens? It goes down because you make an irrational decision based off, you know, whatever. Not a good. You're not in solid mind, if that makes sense. It probably does, but yeah, don't play it if you're not feeling it. That's like for right here. I was feeling like if I joined in this stock past this point, which was, where is it? Like right around here when it was hitting that first news. That's where I felt like it was going to be FOMO. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was missing out, and it was fear of missing out because it was missing out, but at the same time, it's like capital management or risk management right there, you know? It's already hitting those highs from pre-market, and it broke it, which is cool, but after it broke the pre-market highs, I was kind of expecting it to do something like this sooner, like this action here, a major pullback. I was expecting that right around here, actually. I thought it would break it like right here at 373, past the I think I was expecting 360 something. I was expecting it to do that drop right there back down to VWAP, and that's when I was hoping to potentially add. It didn't happen, and it just kept going, and I was like, you know, damn, what do I do now? This pullback here, I thought maybe this is the time it does it. Nope, it goes back up again. Does a little consolidation here. I remember talking to somebody in the chat about a flag forming here a little bit, and man, it just kept going. It was a bullish stock, and as we can see, the volume following it the whole way. Definitely a good indicator. The RSI is moving up almost the entire way. The MACD's up. I mean, yeah, it was a good stock to play. I just feel like an idiot for missing out on it and getting, like, it's ironic. There's FOMO, and then there's like non-logical belief in FOMO, if that makes sense. Like where you think it's FOMO, but is it? Like if you have a logical reason for getting into a stock and you're not blinding yourself, you know, into saying, hey, this is not a FOMO trade, even though it is, can be difficult to discern sometimes. Yeah, it really can be. That's something I think every trader has to deal with, is deciding, hey, am I making the stock trade based off FOMO, or am I making it based off a solid strategy? And the solid strategy for me was right here after the pullback for the news to get in, and the strategy after this one was when it broke the high of day, the pre-market high of day, and for a pullback. That was my strategy. It didn't happen, so I didn't play it. I didn't feel comfortable unless it did what I wanted it to do, and it didn't, so I didn't play it. I mean, there was obviously a ton of money to be made on it. I stopped watching it around 11. That's usually when I stopped trading. And it kind of came into a consolidation pattern just below the VWAP. I guess if you kept playing it, you could have made money, but like most stocks like this, it pretty much just kind of went down from there. Not as bad as some stocks. It did have good news, and it kind of held that pre-market high of day area. I know a lot of people played it in here, which I thought was absolutely ballsy of them. I forget who it was. Someone in chat bought it like right here. Here maybe? Yeah, they bought it right here, and I was like, I don't know if that's a really sketchy play, because you got the high or the lows staying up, but they're like consolidating into a lower. Oh no, it must have been here then. Because where was it? The candle came back down and touched. Yeah, right there. They played it like right here. It must have been, because the candles came back down and touched that area. Where the lows are no longer getting higher. They're like consolidating, which means generally speaking, it's gonna start, the lows are gonna start hitting lower lows, which as we can see it did. And you know, I think you took a loss on it, which is not to be a dick, but what I expected, because I didn't think it was a good area to get in. If it held this level, like right here, because as we can see, if you draw the line across, it could potentially hold this level, and if it did, it might be okay, but it's still a lower low at that point. Like, it's not really doing what you wanted it to. Is that upper band VWAP or VWAP? That's the VWAP. The purple band is the VWAP. The purple line is the VWAP. And as we can see, it kind of sat on the VWAP for quite a while. I mean, I feel bad for that guy playing it, but, you know, it is what it is. Like, you can't win every trade, and you can't. Hopefully you don't lose every trade either. Yeah, I think he was hoping that potentially, but with the stock doing what it was doing right here, where it was, if this had been a little bit higher, like up here, this one candlestick here with the wick, if this had been even just a little bit higher, I probably would have been okay with it. But I didn't like it sitting there on the same level all the way across. I just felt like at this point, a lot of people are getting scared. A lot of people are already out of the stock because it's tried a couple times here, right here, boom, tried it. These are not making new highs. Like, it's no longer a momentum stock. Like right here, you can see higher, 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 higher. Whereas here, it's like it comes down, it tries, fails, tries again, fails, tries again a little bit, fails. Generally speaking, that's like when you see when you start to notice these trend reversals, and in the beginning, obviously a trend start, and this is where trend adaptation or trend-based strategy adaptation comes in for a big play, because at this point you got to start asking yourself, hey, you know, is this stock still a momentum play? It's clearly not. As you can see, the momentum is starting to reverse. Look at this right here. Look at this volume compared to this volume. I mean, just look at it. It's literally half, if not less, actually. The volume is going down. The stock itself is going down. I mean, you just got to look at that stuff and try to, you know, discern it. But admittedly, a lot of people don't know what to look for, everything. Plus, it's Friday. Yeah, stuff usually sells off on Friday because nobody likes to hold over the weekend, especially risky stocks, which is why we probably saw this power hour play here. I thought there'd be a sell-off, which kind of surprises me that it held so well. Right here, coming into power hour, we had a takeoff, which is cool. I'm glad it did that. It held a nice support level from the pre-market, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I'm really surprised it didn't peak and then sell off right there, which is crazy. To me, I guess it's a little bit crazy because I don't know if I'd... see, then again, I'm not a swing trader, so I guess I won't try to tell other people their strategies. I know my strategy. I don't play theirs. I don't play swing trading. Honestly, it's kind of like a... I don't know, an emotional, psychological thing for me where I don't like holding a stock over the weekend. Even if I know it's a good stock, even if I know it's strong and it has all these great things going for it, I know stocks as well only take one thing to make it, you know, plummet 50% for no reason. It doesn't even have to be a reason. And stocks just, you know, they do what they want, regardless of, you know, great news, great earnings reports, great PR. It doesn't matter sometimes. It just goes wherever it wants to go. And it's frustrating. So I don't like swing trading. I don't like holding stocks more than, geez, even an intraday is rough because I usually only hold, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes at max. Usually like a standard trade for me is like 3 to 4 minutes, I feel like. This stock right here though, I wouldn't have seen a reason to trade. Right here would have been the only possible thought, but it really wouldn't have broke if I had bought where I wanted it to. It still would have been a reasonable, there's no reason to sell it right there. It's not below any level of risk. There's no... yeah, that's rough. Holy God, $18 to one. That's what stock was that? Do you remember? That's interesting. I wouldn't mind looking that up. God, that sucks. Holy cow, $18 to $1. I mean, there's been a lot of stocks like that have done similar moves where people have been burnt really bad. Edge? I feel like I might have traded that in the past. Then again, if it was $18, I probably didn't trade it, actually. I don't usually trade over, I don't know. 10 to 15 is like usually my max. Going below that, I prefer 5 to 10 is like the range I prefer just because you get decent 10 to 20 cent moves, whereas like a dollar stock, you know, you might get a 5 cent move. Look at the 1 year on Edge. All right, let's take a look. What's going on with Edge? Nope, daily, 1 year. Holy God, yeah, look at that. Look at that. What happened on that day? Do you know what happened? 327.18, yeah. Yeah, that's brutal, man. Holy crap. That sucks. Edge Therapeutics, huh? They must have had some bad news or something come out. I mean... Were you in that stock? I hope you weren't in that stock. I think failed phase 3. Oh, yeah. That would probably do it. Yeah, if you're trying to get something passed and it fails, I mean, you know what's sad about this is that the people holding this stock within the company probably couldn't sell it, because that, I think, would be illegal to sell it knowing that it's going to tank when they put out that PR. I was in after 140. Oh, so you bought it on the dip or somewhere over here maybe? No, it doesn't look like it ever got back to 140. Oh yeah, it did apparently. Like right here. Hopefully you rode it up for a bounce. Still got it. You're still holding it? Oh man, no. Oh man, at least your average is low, man, and not 18. I'd feel, oh man. There's nothing you can do about it. If you're a swing trader, there's nothing you can do. Didn't get out. That's rough, man. I feel for you. I did the same thing with back when I was a very new trader in the beginning of 18. My very first stock I bought was NVCN. It wasn't much though. That's good. Mine was NVCN. My shit play was NVCN, which was, admittedly, I was an idiot back then. I thought I had done enough research to know what the hell I was talking about. Absolutely didn't, especially for swing trading. I was like, oh, this company's got great stuff going on. Nope. They had a shit ton of warrants, a ton of dilution going on. Terrible news. They were damn near hemorrhaging money. They were still putting in... God, just thinking about it kind of pisses me off. Still ain't as bad as HMNY. I don't know if you really know what was going on there, but the HMNY play was... I feel really bad for anybody. The HMNY went from like... I know we're going on a tangent here, but why not? Yeah, see, look at HMNY here. Just... You know, look at that. $1,200 down to $600. From $600 down to $180, down to 63 cents. Or 77... No. 7 cents. No, 0.007. So 7 tenths of a cent. That's insane. 2.5 to 40. It wasn't much though. 2.5 to 40. What do you mean by 2.5 to 40? Oh yeah. HMNY wants to do another reverse split. They almost have to keep compliance. I don't know how the hell they're gonna do it. Are they gonna do like 1,000 to 1? 0.007 of a penny? Like what? It was at 2.5 and ran to 40 in 3 days. Are you talking about HMNY? 500 to 1. Whew. Yeah, I mean, honestly, companies, to stay in business, they have to do that. They don't have a... There really is no alternative, unless you have a way to get your stock price back up. But I mean, if it's a failing company, it's a failing company. Right now, they're just trying to stay alive. But they've reverse split how many times? And it's just... The sad thing is, I think the idea for between HMNY with MoviePass is a good one, but... You know, if it's not making any money, it's not making any money. Like, there's nothing you can... I'm not a CEO. I'm not a, a talking head for companies. But, in stocks, we do see a lot of companies. We learn a lot about companies from a financial standpoint and from a PR standpoint. But do we really know what's going on? Maybe not. Maybe we do. It's hard to say, but they almost have to do a reverse split to get back over 1. But the problem is, I think it's going to go back over 1. They get their reverse split. Bang. Cool. You're in compliance. You have to stay there for, I think it's 10 days or 7 days before the delisting process starts if you're within that period. And if you don't, which a lot of these stocks really do struggle with it, because it's hard to stay there for 10 days when you're... I mean, look at this. Nobody trusts this stock anymore. Why would you? Why would you? Just look at it. It's horrible. You feel so bad for the people that... I mean, I know somebody lost, I think, 60K investing, like, here. They're like, oh, yeah, man, it's dropped this much. It's going to have a reversal. I don't know, man. I know there's a couple people in the Atlas chat that have talked about this with... and you feel bad for him, man. You feel bad for him. That's why you don't hold bags. That is why you don't hold bags. It's just an absolute travesty. Is that the right word? Travesty, tragedy, both. To hold that. I mean, I did it once in my trading career. Never again. I've never held a bag. If I know something's failing, I sell immediately, which I do pride myself on, because I know when to get out now. Like, my exits have been pretty phenomenal. I think I had one bad exit in the past few months. DCAR average 360s I was deep in that one. You're still holding, huh? Let's see what it's at. Oof. Oof. God. Man. How long have you been holding this? Yeah. No point in selling now. See, I said that about my NVCN trade, man, after I lost so much. God, man, I'm sorry. That sucks. Too long. Yeah, I mean, clearly over a year because it's never been over 360 this year. Let's see what... Let's check the flex grid on it. So, 250. Let's go to 3 years. Okay. Oh, God. She's been holding it for like, it's like, whoa. Now we're 300, yeah. Hey, at least it's simple math to do right there, right? Not to be a dick. Not to be a dick. Listen, man, I guess I really don't know what to tell you. I made a similar play on a smaller, okay, for more money, but yeah, before you learn anything from Atlas, yeah. Yeah, this is why I try to push people in the direction of the sim trading on Thinkorswim. It's easy. It saves you from these plays. But to be fair, I think most traders, myself included, I've made this mistake, and I think most of us have. We jump in with real money. Why? Because we want real money, right? You see real potential in how much money you can make, not how much money you'll lose. You don't really think about the losing side. You see the upside, and then when you lose, you realize that you're like, oh God, I just lost, $2,700. I guess granted over the course of, this many years, it might not quite hurt as bad, but it's still a loss, and, that's why I don't understand when I see people talking a lot. It's just money. Yeah. Some people are like, yeah, it's only money, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, I mean, if you have that mindset on your trades, on your account, I feel like mentally, emotionally, psychologically, you're going to be very okay with losing that money. Say you have, you want to get over the PDT, right? So you have, you put 25 grand in, 30 grand in, whatever you want to start with, and you lose it all. Like, I don't know at what point these people who say those things decide, hey, this is my money, I need to start, studying, making the right plays, talking to other people who are successful, going that extra little distance on how to get better, because gosh, I see some people in the chat that just make these crazy plays and they lose and they're like, it's only, $2,500. And I'm like, what are you, like, for most people, that's, more than a month's pay. Like, most people don't make that in a month. Like, the fact that they're there and they're just trashing that money, it sucks. And I understand, like, when you're a new trader kind of throwing that away, but that mentality is what I don't understand. It's a losing mentality. It's a loser's mentality of, this is only money and it's my money, I'm just going to throw it away and not care. You should be going back through all of those trades you've lost and analyzing the hell out of them. That's the smartest thing you can do. You lose a trade, you go back and you look. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, go through all your trades, do that. I highly recommend it. A lot of people don't. And it's too easy to do. Some people, I guess, just don't have I don't know. I don't know if they're okay with it. It's hard to tell. I'm not in their mind, but I know my mind. And I don't like losing. When I lose a trade, it sucks. I hate it. Oh, I hate losing in general, but, losing my money that's your money, you worked hard for that somehow, unless maybe you're rich or you have rich parents. I don't know. Not many people do. I mean, good for them if they got it. That's cool, but... Okay, so ZSAN, yeah, getting back on track here. Went off on a tangent there. Let's start looking at this idea you have for ZSAN with these entries and exits with the EMAs. Okay. All right, just a second, trying to pull this up. Whew, getting warm. All right, let's take some of these pictures so I can. Now, which Why is my thing acting up? Okay. Let's go to the study here. Which EMAs are you using specifically? Do you remember? Let's put them on and take a look. 9 and 20, huh? Oh, that's weird. It shows them on. I guess that's 8. Put that one on. Okay. Yes. Let's turn these off. Let's take a look here. 2013, though. That's 8. Okay. Crap. Wrong chart, of course. Sorry, give me a second. Blue and gold, sure. Let's just check it for ACHV today and see what we got. Did not apply. Snow, yes. Not sure why it's not showing up. All right, what the heck? I mean, I'm doing the same thing, but yeah, let's give it a try, I guess. Studies, there we go. See, it's really, yeah, it's already active, which is weird. It's just not showing up. That's annoying. Ooh. Oh, there we go. That's why. Okay, there we go. Crap. Of course, I put all of them. I use it up here. It's just how I do it. You can do it honestly. Right click, studies. You can do this thing too. It'll pop it right up. It's just a habit for me to use studies and then edit study, but it's actually faster just to click that. Okay. Let's see. Why is it showing all of them? I don't want to see all of them. Oh, yes. No, yes. Yeah, it's showing all of them. Stop it. Okay, whatever. We can still look at it. Okay, so gold and blue. So let's see here. Gosh, it's actually hard to tell, huh? Okay, so we got the gold crossing over the blue, huh? I guess, I mean, with the lower moving average crossing over, or the higher moving average crossing over the lower moving average. Yeah, daily 8, daily 5, yeah. Is interesting, yeah. Because if it crosses it, it means the 20-day average is increasing faster than the... Because the days average would be faster? I know, I tried, man. It's not, I don't know why it keeps showing it. It's just driving me nuts. Like, they're off, but it's... I don't know. maybe I can just, it's not letting me delete them either, of course, which is just awesome. It's like I want you to show the moving averages, but you need to only show the ones I want. Maybe if I just put these as the same colors as the background so I don't see them. I'll have to mess with this a little bit later and see if we can... Still kind of annoying, but whatever. It's faster than this one. Okay. So you're seeing basically like right here when it crosses. God damn it, it's so annoying to see. This is why I don't like having the moving, when I'm trading like throughout the day, this is actually why I don't like having moving averages on, because it takes me like, it takes my focus away from the actual the chart patterns and setups and candle wicks and stuff like that. I don't know why. It just, for me, I felt like it actually hindered me. I guess two of them wouldn't be too bad with the VWAP, and then the 9 and 20. They're both EMAs. What the hell? I thought I changed that. Let's just see if we can add new ones. It might be easier. Daily 9. We'll go with, yeah, sure. Apply it. Take these off. Okay. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. That's clearly not right, huh? Why are you doing this, man? Daily length display, show only the last period. That does more. Okay. Not sure why the SMA is being so ridiculous with me. Add. No, okay, what the fuck? Well, okay, there we go. It didn't quite, not quite what I wanted, but okay, I need a color here. That color work. There we go. There we go. There we go. I have daily SMAs. Oh, I did. Which one is it then? Momentum SMA? Is that what you're talking about? Simple moving averages. Okay. Oh, looks like the same thing. Yeah, I kind of do think it's the same thing. It's hard to tell. Yeah, same exact line. Yeah, I got it added in. It's the gold one is the SMA, and then the blue one is the EMA. Yep, simple moving 20. Yeah, 20, and then. Okay, yeah, so simple moving average. I'm not sure why the other one I had to put on an aggregation period. I have no idea. It literally was the same line, so I guess there's two ways to do it. I'd have to look at it a little bit more to see what the difference is or why it's like that. This one's actually easier because you don't have to change the aggregation period. This one's just I really don't know why they did that. I don't have a good answer for that, to be honest. Okay, so we're talking here. We're saying if the SMA moves above the EMA, it's a good time to buy, basically. And then if it crosses back over, because as you can see, it's like it's following it closely. It doesn't touch, but it didn't. It did go down there, but it didn't get. I guess it did come back up. And then where's it touch? Let's see where it touches. It touch. Let's see here. Yeah, it crosses. It crosses. It's like crunched up right there, and it does drop. And as you can see, it is above on this level here. Interesting. EMA needs to be above. Oh, to buy, yeah. And then when the SMA crosses above the EMA, you're saying it's a indicator to sell, right? Get like hot and cold driving me nuts. So like for me, when the SMA, which is gold, sell it, yeah. It's definitely interesting. Yeah, look right here. The SMA hits the DMA or EMA, and it drops quite harshly too. When's it coming back though? Okay, so let's see when. Let's see when the EMA comes back over. It looks like it does cross right there for like a split second. It's so close though, it's hard to tell. And it pretty much stays thin. That is curious. Gosh, you know what'd be awesome is to do a true back test of this with. You'd have to do it over a ton of different stocks to see when a ton of different stocks and a ton of different time periods to see if it basically holds true at a higher percentage than a lower percentage to see if it's like a, and it might already be studied. I'm probably gonna Google it. Actually, I'm gonna write that down quick. Basically, what I'm gonna do is Google this to see if it's like an actual, which you might have already done this. And if you do, go ahead and post it in the chat, and and we can talk about it a little bit more, but it might already be a strategy out there for us. I know EMAs are pretty big for most people as levels of resistance and support, etc. I tried using them. It just, for me, it didn't. I seemed like I was putting too much into the indicators and not enough into the actual chart setups and what's going on in the moment. That was my own test of EMAs, and I kind of took them off afterwards. If I'm doing longer trades, or if I feel like I'm looking for a longer entry point on something for like an intraday hold and trade, as again, I don't swing, but if like I wanted to hold the whole day, maybe I'd be looking for an EMA entry point or a EMA sell point. Have it set at 213 EMA and 20 SMA. 20 and 9. So, where are you getting this information from? Like, where's your? I guess what like led you to look at these two specifically? Is there a Google thing you found, or like somebody else's study? I'm just curious to see like where, or did you just come up with this on your own? Like you just started noticing, hey, when they cross each other, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out like where this came from because it's pretty cool. It's definitely interesting. I love seeing new stuff like this. If there's a better way to trade, I'm all for it. I think everybody would be, right? Yeah, all right. I really should just set up a small Discord. So do you have like a microphone or anything? So like next time we could do this, I can just get you into a Discord channel and you can see my screen and we can still talk about it, but we can actually like talk on the Discord so we didn't have to like type everything. I do? Okay, cool. All right, next time I guess we get on, I don't know, next time we do, I'll set up a room quick and we can do that. Okay, so the other day on ZSAN I noticed that it was holding above the blue line, so I was like, okay, when it touches the blue line, I'll get, and then I started looking at it in the broader sense and realized, holy shit, every time blue is above, it's going above. When orange is on top, it's coming down at the crosses. It's definitely interesting. I mean, it's not going to give you, again, it's an indicator, so I wouldn't take it as gospel, but the cool thing is it might give you a heads up as to when something, like when it gets really close like this is almost like Bollinger Bands. If you've ever messed with Bollinger Bands, I don't really know, but when they get really tight, like the band gets tight, that means like something's going to happen. To be fair, it's a very easy thing to see anyways. You can see like consolidation periods and flags and all this stuff, like right when the stock like doing this here, when it's like consolidating and then it starts to get the volume right here, like something's happening, you're waiting for a consolidation breakout. Similar things, like actually, crap, I don't have them on a quick study, whatever. Like the Bollinger Bands here would be really big, and then it would tighten up. There'd be a one underneath and a one above, and then as you'd see here, then the Bollinger Band would go up and around. It's actually a similar take on it. It just actually like this better. It seems cooler to me. A little bit newer too. Like look at how tight that is. Like the lines are so tight right there. And then I mean, my reason for would have. If I would have freaking been paying more attention to this stock specifically, which is sad because it was literally top of my list at the time. I got whatever. I was basing it off support levels, but at the same time, this also does hold true here. The blues, the EMA busts out, and as you can see, it pretty much follows that trend all the way up. You don't see the gold cross, the SMA cross. Gets close here, it looks like. It does cross actually right here when it went down. Now, what's it look like when you're actually like in the day when you're using this? What does it look like? Are you paying attention to the line and seeing it about to cross, like when it's about to cross and making a decision based off that? Look from the cross to cross. Look from cross to cross. Look at the gain. Oh yeah, it's massive, dude. Yeah, like right here when it crosses from entry, it's like, you know, what is that, 100%, 100 and some percent, almost 100%. Yeah, because it would have crossed right here, so right around 415. So I don't know, it's like $1.50 even on ZSAN. Yeah, let's go look at ZSAN. You were trading it earlier on, and I know you said you got scared at one point. God, it's so hard to see sometimes, like it's so tiny. Not what I want to do. No, not what I wanted to do again. Alright, whatever. Not really working around one. So how many stocks have you taken and tested this over so far? Like, have you tried to take this and look at? Yeah, look at that, man. That's crazy. It almost touches there too. That's nuts. This is interesting. It's very interesting. Then it crosses, starts to go down. Look at that. Crosses back over, right there. It looks like, or it definitely goes over there. But to be fair, it's like if you were waiting for it to go over right there, you would have missed the pop. But you could have bought it afterwards. I I guess you wouldn't have lost anything. But it crossed back over, so you'd sell, so you'd lose some money here. Not much, honestly. It would be like, I don't know, 20 cents a share, 30 cents a share. If you sold right when it crossed, it'd be about 15 cents a share. It was low float, and I don't know how fast it would go down. It's showing the line, so I saw 305 on the bid. Thought it was going to come down, so I just marketed it out. I went over the ones I sent. Oh, yeah. Every time I lost money, it was orange over blue. Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I mean, base analysis of it, not like I'm a crazy expert on EMAs and SMAs, etc. Just because like I said, I don't overly use them, but it seems to be pretty solid here. I mean, just kind of going over Z-sands of yesterday. I mean, it hits the high, literally from, God, where is it at? If you had bought at right here, it crosses over 477. It doesn't cross over again until 640, so Jesus, almost $1.70. If I see them getting close, I'd get out, but by the time I'd be up either way. Yeah, I mean, if you play it like to the letter, it kind of looks like it would work out decently. It's definitely interesting. It's an interesting indicator. Like, why these two? Like, what's the significance of these two? Would it work if we were doing a 25 SMA or 25 EMA with a 9 SMA? So I'm watching the line. It seems too easy. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like in my head. I'm like, this. There's got to be some catch. Like, this can't be a catch-all. It just seems too easy. It really does. It is crazy, man. It's crazy how it links up so well, though. It's like one of those things, like a coincidence. Like you only believe in coincidences when they're proven or something like that. I forget. There's a saying about it. So I doubt it. Yeah, I don't blame you for doubting it. I doubt it. But then again, I haven't traded off it. But you've traded off it and you've profited off it. Aside from the 305 sell, which sounds like it actually didn't do it. You just got kind of scared about it flushing out. Do you remember what time that was? I'm curious to look and see when that was. It was probably early in the morning. I'd have to scroll up like a mile to see those pictures again, unfortunately. So I doubt exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's 3 minutes after the bell. So you probably bought in right around. Did you buy pre-market? Because it's 271, 305. Wait, 3 minutes after the bell. Okay, we sold at 305. How does that make sense? 305 on the bid. No, we got the right. Yeah, see, I think a minute I bought in, so I played it twice. Okay. I'm not seeing a 305 anywhere here. Must have been later. Had to have been later after the bell. Because yesterday, is this the right day? Yeah, Thursday, yeah, Friday. That's weird. Got in at the wick on that first candle that was up right here. Okay. Still not a 305. Like, there's nothing. Like, I'm not seeing a 305 entry until, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 10:30 it looks like. 305, yeah. That might be it right there. 303, it looks like it went down at 10:35, so 9:35 your time. That's about the only time it was at that area. Yeah, this is literally the only time it was at 305. Was in that 2 minute period, 10:34, 10:35. I saw it on the bid, just flashed. Well, So that was your only reason for getting out, though? Like, there was no other thought going on here? Because actually, this is a looking, I mean, looking at this just like we'd look at ACHV a little bit earlier. I'd have to look, I guess, for an entry point, but where would the entry point be? Entry point would probably be somewhere around 2 for the new high a day break, right as soon as... Oh, it did. It broke the high a day right on the first candle. No other reason? Okay, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just literally nothing wrong with that. It's just I mean, it sucks that you did it, obviously, because looking at it, it's showing a massive move, and I don't really see a reason to sell here. I mean, I understand we've all made mistakes like that, dude. We see a reason like, oh god, it's gonna flush out, and you mark it sell like in a panic, which sucks because it gets you a crappy price. Usually, it's very rare you get a good fill on a market. And a market sell, because it usually sells the fastest or the lowest possible price to get you out. Which, I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to save your ass when you're... Not really save your ass, it's supposed to get you out fast, actually. But, man, look at that. That's crazy. But you see these micro pullbacks going on. Look at that. Pullback, pullback, up, pullback, pullback, up, pullback. This one right here probably would have scared me a little bit because it looks like it dropped yeah, that's close. That one might have been one to worry about, but, you know, it just kept going. Just kept going. Kept chugging. Right there would have been the beautiful one. Look at that level. Where's it at? Yeah, and it just keeps going up. Right there. Look at that line. Yep. When that one didn't cross it, I probably would have bought right there. And as you can see, holy crap, look at this. Yeah, the line crosses right there. And it doesn't cross back again until, yeah, fucking A, man. Dude, that's crazy. I can't effing wait for Monday. Yeah, man. I'm definitely curious to see how this plays out. I would highly recommend. I know you, so I know you want to get in and do the real money, but I would probably take a week at least just to really test this out. Really test it out. Put it through its paces in the sim, like hardcore. Start trading it, and every time it hits. When it crosses, you know, if the EMA crosses, buy. If SMA crosses, sell. And see, like, at the end of the week, what really happens, you know? Like, what's the total outcome? And I know that's only a week of back to era of information gain, which is huge, because these things in stocks, I mean, most people, for a strategy to be considered a real strategy, it usually takes back testing of... God, a long time, like years of back testing, because it's hard to prove something based off just a few stocks doing it. Admittedly, it does look like it has potential. I'm definitely, it's got my ears perked. I'm pretty stoked to see how it goes out. I'll leave it on for Monday's trading and see what it goes. I guess I probably won't trade based off of it, but I'm definitely going to use it as an indicator, just to see, because I want to see, you know. Yeah. Oh god, I missed out on way more than that today alone. I mean, call it 277, 454. I probably would have sold right here though on this red candle, so 404. But you know, it's still $130, $140. That's for me like $5 grand. And I probably would have added in strength, but I was an idiot. Yeah, hindsight, man. Yeah, I mean, see, that's something about stocks, like. You know, it's just it's a game, really, and it's risk management based. You know, your losses need to be small and your wins need to be huge. It's okay to make 10 losses for $300-400 a trade. You know, that's not very. I mean, don't get me wrong, it adds up. It's, you know, 10 losses for $400, that adds up really fast. But if you have one trade for $6 grand, is it really that bad? I mean, hopefully you're playing proper risk management. You sell when you need to sell, and you hold when you need to hold. That's the game right there. I mean, I've got it written on my whiteboard. Momentum plays, follow the trends, be wary of false breakups, scalp the risky plays, which is basically trend-based, so if it's a bearish trend, you scalp it. It hits the support, I scalp, I don't hold. And if it's a possible breakout, you scale the crap out of it. Like this one, like ACHV today. I know I was preaching, please scale your trades, guys. Like this one here, I was like, scale it. Don't get me wrong, it popped back up, but if you scaled half your shares there and you held it, and you set your stop, geez, even if you set it down at your initial entry point, which hopefully you didn't, your next stop should probably be like the lower part of the candle you bought in on, probably. Or yeah, so like if you scaled there, you'd hopefully scale out with the candle before it, so it'd be like right there. Which that's a lot of profit to give back, but there's also the potential to make it. Another 50 cents. But if you scaled, you know, for me like 3,000 shares and you sold 1,500 or 2,000 here, let another 1,000 ride. A 50-cent gain on 1,000 shares, that's nothing to scoff at. You know, what are you talking here, $500? Is that right? 500, oh no, my bad. 0.50 times 1,000. I feel like I don't need to do that. Oh, yeah, no, what the heck? 0.50 times 1,000. Yeah, 500. So my math is right. I don't know. I mean, like I'm really good at simple math, but sometimes like I second guess myself on it. It's weird. I used to count cards a lot in blackjack, so got simple math down. Usually. Yeah, scaling, man. Definitely scale those plays, but yeah. Miss out on 500 a day. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure like what your share position size is, or like how you decided to play that for your own strategy and for how much money you have, etc. Now, I'm assuming you're under the PDT rule still. I don't remember how much money you have. I don't really remember. If you are though, you got to be careful so you don't hit that, because that's something I've seen. Oh God, last night just a quick, maybe a little tangent, but also a good lesson to learn. I think it was dry powder in the using U-Stock. Does U-Stock let you trade as much as you want? Is it on like a cash account or? Because I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with U-Stock, so I know a few people use it. But is that one of the ones that doesn't? Yeah, it does. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. Let's trade a lot more. That's cool, because the PDT really drives me nuts, but unlimited trades, yeah, as long as you have the cash in the account. But then when you make the trade, so if you use Chartworth, yeah, he does, yeah. So like, say you have like $2,000 in your account and you trade all 2,000, you have to wait for that cash amount to settle, right, before you can trade another 2,000. Is that right? And there's no margin. Is there margin? Do they let you trade on margin? I don't really know. Again, I don't trade on U-Stock, so I'm not familiar with it. Because I know it's available. Oh, it is. Oh, that's cool. Where's U-Stock base? Is it like a Caribbean type? Right when you sell it, it's there. That's cool, man. That's awesome. I wonder if they do that base on you can use it again. Okay, that's cool. That's an awesome way around. Do they have crazy commissions? Or is it overseas? Yeah. Yep, overseas, man. That's unfortunately that's why those freaking places are able to charge you, fees and crap. Which I mean, I'm all for it actually. $1 trade, yeah, that's not bad. That's actually really good. Yeah, $1 sell, I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah, that's why those places are so popular, man. They're super popular because you don't have to worry about PDT, which is. It really pisses a lot of people off. I understand why it's there. A lot of people back in the crash of '08 were leveraged to the hilt that had no money. You put in $500 into, say Thinkorswim, and they leverage you up to like 50,000. It was insane. So you'd use all 50,000 and then lose 50,000 and not be able to pay it back. That's a problem. But that's a whole other story. I love that history though. But yeah, yesterday. So, never mind. You don't have to worry about PDT really, but it's still a funny story actually. He bought into, dang, what stock was it? GTXI maybe? Yep, GTXI. And I got it pulled up right now. He bought in the morning at like 0.86 or 0.87 he said, or 0.88 is the low, so somewhere around there he bought in, and he didn't sell it. He was swing trading it. And it went up a whole $1 a share, and he wasn't able to sell it because he didn't want to bust his PDT and get banned. I mean, great play, but like I don't know what's going on, and I see that so many times in chat. It's like people like, I can't do it because of PDT. It's like, what are you doing, man? Come on, like you gotta think about this stuff. I know, right? It's real. I don't even know what I would do. I told him, I was like, dude, take the ban and just sell it. I mean, you're talking a lot of money you're leaving on the table, and and now it comes up today, and the high for today is 114. So at best, he might have made 10 cents a share, probably 20 cents a share instead of $1. That's 80% of your potential profit that you lost because of that. It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's his play, it's his money, not mine. I guess he didn't want to bust his PDT, because then I guess he can't trade. But he could always, I'm not preaching this, but always open up another account. No, 0.87, I think. He got in like early in the morning here, like at market open, so like 0.88. But still, it went up to 185. That's almost $1 a share you could have gained. 8 cents? No, that would be insane. Holy God, you'd be extremely rich. That'd be something right there, man. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Okay, man. I guess I don't know. Went over Z-Stand a little bit. We went over the EMA, SMA, ACHV. Any other questions you got? Things you want to go over right now that I can't think of? I'd take a ban for that, right? God, for me, that's 3,000 shares. That'd be $3 grand. That's a lot of money to most people, you know. No, not today. I don't think. Sweet. I'll try to do this a little bit more consistently. I know I'm not like very consistent with times I get on and talk about the stock trades I've made and the specific stocks. I want to start doing a pre-market one. I just honestly like when I wake up and I get to my desk, I'm not really like in the mentoring mode. I'm more in like a talking about stock mode. I'm more like I need to get in. I need to study my stocks and I need to get ready for market open. I do want to do some streams though, like actual market open, so people can see what it's like. Because I feel like a lot of people, there's like what 5,500 members in Atlas, and a lot of them still, should I get in? Should I get out? Are you still in? Are you still, what's a good entry? What do I do here? A lot of people that have no clue when to do that stuff, which can really burn you if you're just looking at other people's trades. I'm still blown away by that CMA SMA thing. It seems so cool. It seems too easy. Okay, man. I'm gonna call that good. I'm sure we'll talk. Yeah, message me Monday. I'm excited. Stock market, give this a try. Let me know how it goes. All right, peace.